The stars above Sargath, 7 shimmered cold and indifferent, their ancient light casting eerie patterns over the scorched battlefield. Dozens of alien warships hung like metallic vultures in low orbit, raining plasma and kinetic hellfire onto the planet's surface. The ground was broken, the skies were burning, and the Defenders, an allied coalition of 12 galactic species, were rapidly losing hope. Admiral Keth Varric of the T-Shiel Dominion stood in his command chamber aboard the Valorous Flame, watching tactical holos flicker in despairing red. The coalition fleet had been reduced to a shadow of itself, barely holding the line against the Ixan horde, an ancient insectoid species known for their ruthlessness and swarm tactics. No reinforcements had come in days. Morale was fracturing. Then, a signal. Faint, yet unmistakable. A single warp signature. Another one of ours. Asked Commander Y. Reel, her frilled head twitching nervously. Keth Varric squinted at the signature. It was unfamiliar. Unique. No, he whispered. It's human. A hush fell over the bridge. The humans. The newest species to enter the galactic stage. Young, unpredictable, dangerous. In the past decade, they had made more technological leaps than most civilizations had in centuries. Rumors surrounded them, stories of impossible victories, of unbreakable will, of terrifying retaliation when threatened. They sent one ship? Yul scoffed. Against this. But even she fell silent as the warship emerged from the rift in space. It didn't just exit, warp it tore through it, like a beast breaking out of a cage. Massive and angular, clad in matter-black alloy that seemed to drink the starlight, the human warship dwarfed anything else in the field. Its name blazed on the side in stark white paint, HWS Vengeance. It didn't broadcast greetings. It didn't announce its presence. It simply moved. Thousands of Zaan vessels redirected immediately, converging like ants on a drop of blood. Plasma cannons, railguns, disruptors, everything was aimed at the intruder. The Vengeance didn't flinch. From the human bridge, Admiral Elara Miles stood unmoved as targeting data flooded her HUD. Acquire priority targets, she ordered calmly. Let them see what we've brought. On her command, the Vengeance unleashed hell. Its main gun, the THO R9000 mass driver, fired once. The shot ripped through the vacuum at relativistic speed, impacting a Xan dreadnought and atomizing it instantly. A dozen support ships were caught in the shockwave, shredded like leaves in a hurricane. Then came the drone swarms of AI-guided combat units, launched from bays like seeds from a storm. Unlike anything seen before, they weaved through enemy formations with surgical precision, targeting engines, reactors, and command modules. Each drone carried a micro-warp core, allowing it to teleport through shields and armor before detonating. In minutes, the Ixan fleet's formation was shattered. On the Valorous Flame, Keth Varric could only stare. They built a ship to fight an entire war alone, he murmured. Madness. Yul swallowed hard. No, not madness. Humanity. Back on the battlefield, Xan Command attempted a retreat, but the Vengeance was already closing the net. Using experimental FOLD technology, it appeared mid-field within their ranks, tearing through battleships like a shark through a school of fish. Every weapon it had fired in perfect sync: railguns, pulse beams, EMP missiles. The ship didn't move with the precision of a machine, it moved with the rage of a predator. Admiral Miles opened a comm to the coalition fleet. This is Admiral Miles of the HWS Vengeance. We are engaging enemy forces. If any of you can still fight, rally on our flank. We'll make you a path. Keth Varric didn't hesitate. All ships, follow the humans. The remaining coalition vessels surged forward, inspired by the sudden shift in tide. The Ixan, now disoriented and splintered, began to falter. The humans weren't just turning the tide, they were breaking the enemy. Within an hour, what had been a desperate defense became a brutal rout. The Vengeance led the charge, leaving behind clouds of molten wreckage and smoking debris. The Exarn swarm, once thought unstoppable, was reduced to scattered survivors fleeing into deep space. When the last enemy blip vanished from the screen, silence fell. On the human bridge, Miles exhaled. "Damage report?" "Minimal," replied her tactical officer. "One scratch on the starboard plating. Probably a bug that got lucky." She allowed herself a rare smile. "Let command know. Sargath 7 is secure." Later, on the war-torn surface, Keth Varric met Miles in person. The towering T-Shar warrior bowed his head deeply. "We owe your people a great debt," he said. "If your warship had not arrived." Miles shrugged. "We weren't going to let the Exarn take another system. Earth remembers what it's like to fight alone." He looked at her curiously. "Is it true what they say? That you humans built warships like the Vengeance just in case the galaxy turned on you?" She didn't answer right away. Then she said, "We built ships like this because we know how fragile peace is, and because we never assume someone else will come to save us." He nodded slowly, understanding in his eyes. "Then perhaps the galaxy should start building more ships like yours." Miles glanced at the skies. The stars still burned cold and distant, but tonight they seemed just a little less indifferent.